Welcome to the official FIU Honors College podcast, Panthers Unleashed. I am your host, Miniel Gonzalez. Join us as we dive into the stories, passions, and discoveries of our boldest students, faculty, and alumni. Let's dive into today's episode. Hi guys, welcome back to Panthers Unleashed. Happy, spring semester. I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday break. I know it was a little short, it felt really short, but I'm so excited to be back, and I'm so excited for our guest. Joining us today is Miniel Sanchez. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much for having me.
No, of course. I feel like, guys, when you hear everything that she's done, you guys are also going to be so excited on watching this episode, but let's, as I usually do, I always give a brief, introduction of our guests. So sit back because this is going to be a little intro about you.
Yeah,
so Cora's a computer science student born in Dominican Republic, a content creator, founder, and someone who truly embodies what it means to use knowledge as leverage for good. She has built projects like Fix Your Feed, a 20-second quiz that helps students discover quality LinkedIn creators. In the first 48 hours, it saw 3,000 visits and over 50,000 views, with endorsements from over 40 LinkedIn creators. She's gained industry experience at companies like Deloitte, Dell Technologies, and UKG, and has grown an online community of thousands by making tech and career knowledge more accessible. So today, we'll be talking about her journey, her involvement in the Honors College, and how Honors has helped shape the way she builds, leads, and creates impact. Again, welcome to Panthers Unleashed.
Gosh, I love that intro. That's like all the years at FIU, just
combined, condensed,
wow.
synthesized.
Yeah, I feel like when you're in the moment, you don't really realize how much you're doing until you have to step back and reflect.
Kind of see it as a third person, a different person. You're like, whoa, oh my God, I did all of that.
Yes.
It's crazy, but no, you've been doing so much and you've been so active. But let's start from the beginning. So to start us off, you were born in the Dominican Republic.
Yes.
Love a good Latina.
We love Dominican Republic.
Yes, and as a first-gen college student, and you're also a first-gen college student, like a lot of us here at FIU, can you share a bit more about that journey and how it's shaped who you are today, especially in tech and leadership spaces?
I feel like the good thing about being in FIU or being in Miami in general is that we are in a Latino hub and diverse hub, and we carry our family values wherever we go. And growing up in DR and then moving to the US, even though yes, I moved to the US, I moved to Miami. I tell people I'm not from Florida. I'm from Miami, Florida. Porque it's yes, it's the US with un poquito de sazón.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
I feel like Miami is just a melting pot of all these different cultures, and you see a lot of Cubans, Venezuelans, Dominicans, so there's a lot. So
yeah, no, and it felt really good growing up feeling represented. And I have 3 siblings. I have older brother, I have 2 sisters, my sister Amber and Liz, and my mom and dad have also been really great role models for me. They're both leaders in the community. But especially in tech, I will say that my older brother, he used to be a robotics teacher. And so growing up, I would always see him playing with the trinkets and stuff. And I'm like, oh, that looks really cool. And in high school, I learned about a program called Girls Who Code, where they teach women how to learn how to code for the first time. And I was a teenager, and I love that because I was yes, I love my brother and the things that he's been able to do, but I want to see how it's to build technology with girls. And I learned how to code for the first time during that summer camp. And after that, I was hooked. I was okay, yes, I want to do...
This is my calling.
Yes, I want to do tech. I want to go all in. And then from there, I did AP Computer Science in high school. I decided to apply to a bunch of different schools. I got waitlisted from Florida Polytech Institute, but I got into FIU, and honestly, it's been... I think it's the better choice for my college decision, because it's honestly been the place where I've grown so much, not just as a young adult, but also as a I guess, tech professional.
Yes,
Yeah.
no, and I feel like that's a good testament to like everything happens for a reason. Like one door closes, another one opens.
Yeah.
So, you know, maybe you just wouldn't have gotten as far or grown as much if you would have gone to that other
Polytech.
stuff.
Yeah. Let's not be rude.
Yes,
we love Florida schools.
We love, but FIU.
Hey,
FIU. But now, obviously, you're involved in tech, but you're also a very creative person.
Yes.
So tell us how you blend your technical skill with storytelling.
So before computer science, I've always loved video editing. I used to make film videos with my dolls. At one point, I thought I was going to be like a post-production editor. I was going to work in journalism or something like that. But really, that summer camp at Girls Who Code, they showed us that you can be a technical person, but also have other different skills and assets. And that really motivated me because I thought that if I was going to study computer science, then I only had to be one way. But now I see that if you study computer science, it's like a cheese pizza. You can add as many things as you want into it. And so not only am I able to, you know, fulfill that childhood curiosity and dream of like doing media by being a content creator, but I can also do that other part of me who's more technical by, you know, showcasing, by doing internships, being involved on campus, and you know, building projects myself. I feel like it's a good thing to have more than one interest. It's a good thing to be more than one thing, especially now, like content creation, it's like huge.
Oof,
and I feel like
it's taken a boom.
And I feel like anyone can be a content creator. Please do. I feel like we need more women in tech making content.
Oh my god, yes, I would love to see that because I feel like you always see the, you know, the lifestyle content. I feel like that's been more predominant lately. I feel like people are like, come join me in like a day in my life, and like I would love to see like more, I guess, like diverse content as well, like more women in tech just like you, like who are just like showcasing like their life or just like being creative in that sort of space. So it's good that you talked about that because I feel like it's very important.
Yes.
So, and I mean, you've kind of talked about how your passion for tech has, you know, kind of arisen or like come to be, but like maybe if you want to add more to that, and just also how has the Honors College supported or encouraged your approach? Because I mean, if you guys couldn't tell, she's also an Honors College student. I mean, that's why we're here. But how has the Honors College supported you in your journey, you know, in tech, and just you know, encouraged your approach?
My approach. Okay. Give me 1 sec. I'm like blanking right now. I'm trying to the name Hacker. Okay, so there is, I don't know if it's still here, Startup FIU.
Okay.
It's like it was like the startup hub on campus, and I learned about this professor called Professor Hacker. And I took his class. It was an honors class, and it was about entrepreneurship.
Okay.
And in that class, I learned so much about the world of entrepreneurship, but also how technology and entrepreneurship combine. And I'm also a very entrepreneurial person myself.
Yes.
And I feel like that class helped me so much in terms of seeing how you can build products to help people and how you can use your knowledge to build something that people love to use. Because at the end of the day, like, even though I had like other classes that were more technical, having that class with Professor Hacker, like, I truly learned so much about like what it's like building a business. We had different like conversations throughout, like about like, oh, what would you do in this scenario, or like if you were
like putting you in like real life situations.
Yeah, of like if you were a startup founder. And I took his class like 3 times. Like I used all my Honors College credits for that. But I feel like, and every single person that I met that knew Professor Hacker, like I've met people who were in the Honors College who went to Harvard Business School, people who went to MIT, people who like built and grew like huge organizations on campus, and they were all from the Honors College. And I'm just like, wow, it's not it's not like the professor themselves or the students themselves, it's the community of people.
Yes.
And I feel like having that class, you should definitely take Professor Hacker if you ever end up in the honors college. But taking like any of his classes, I learned so much about like what it is to be a leader and how to have good conversation. And I think that added more to my FIU experience than just having regular classes.
For sure. And I feel like a lot of people have this like misconception, like honors classes are like difficult or they're gonna add more. I mean, like I feel like the honors like courses, at least like all the ones that we like offer, right? I feel like it gives students like an outlet to explore different topics outside of their major, because we're doing, you know, aside from your first two like required classes, like the UCC requirements, like the other 2 years are solely focused on your major. We're only doing classes pertaining to your major. I feel like the honors classes kind of like give you like a chance to step outside of that and like discover new topics. Like for example, you got to like explore more of like what it is to be an entrepreneur and what it takes to be an entrepreneur. So I feel like that's it just like it's a great way to like learn other things, because life is not just your major. Life includes so much.
And I mean, obviously for a person like me, I don't only have one interest. I feel like I have like a main interest, and then I have other
like
interests
sub-interests and like stuff that you like to do.
It was a perfect fit.
Exactly. And I feel like this like kind of like perfectly segues into like my next question, because as I said in the intro, you founded Fix Your Feed to help people discover high quality career content faster.
My gosh. Yeah.
So I want you to tell me a little bit more about that and how that came to be. How did that idea come up? All of that.
Well, I feel like a lot of people know me from LinkedIn. I do make content on there. I've been making content on there like more actively like for the past 2 years, but like in the beginning, much like everybody else, we're vanilla posters. We post about like, I'm so excited to announce, or like, oh, this is my achievement.
I think I fall into that. You might need to teach me a little bit more, because right now, I mean, I've been active on LinkedIn because of like my pre-law, you know, stuff. But I feel like I'm very much a vanilla poster. Unfortunately, I'm like, you know, I hosted this event, and I'm so proud. Like, this is what I learned.
And people are like, oh my gosh, it's like a very fancy audience, right? And I was involved on campus for a very long time. I was a part of INIT's e-board. It's like the largest technology club on campus. And then I was also working as a career advisor in the engineering campus. And all of the students, they would come to me and they would tell me like, I would like review their LinkedIns, and they're like, I hate LinkedIn because it makes me feel like I'm behind. It makes me feel like I am not doing good enough. And anytime I post on there, I feel like I have to perform. And then for me, since I'm a freaking LinkedIn fanatic and super user, I'm seeing the side of LinkedIn where people are posting job opportunities, people are posting like students like us, but like in other schools, talking about their experience, talking about ways to, you know, improve yourself. And not just students, but also recruiters and not just students, but also recruiters and professionals giving advice, sharing opportunities. But people don't see that side unless you're like super, super involved or super, super into the platform. And I feel like I don't think it should take 2 years of being a super user to get to the good side of LinkedIn. And so what I did is I built an algorithm that allows people to filter through the noise. And you just take the quiz on like, oh, what your age, your major, what kind of content do you like to see regularly, like on other platforms, and like what are your career goals? And then it matches you as much as possible to good content creators that are exactly your fit. So for example, some people want to do data science, so I pair you with a creator that's actually posting about data science. Or if you want to talk about data science but you want to hear it from a woman, like I'll give you that representation. And it changes your LinkedIn from being a place of feeling imposter syndrome in a place of feeling like you're not keeping up to a place that it's actually fueling you and you feel
and
motivated.
It kind of feels like another like social media things. I feel like people also like kind of like put LinkedIn as like a subgroup of like aside from like TikTok, Instagram. I know it's a little different because it's a more professional like setting, but they think it's like solely professional. It's so serious.
It's not. There's people posting memes on there, but they don't see it. I'm like, I'm on the golden side, and you guys are on the gray side. I'm like, let me bring you to the good side, and let me use my computer science knowledge to help you get there.
No, and I think that's so cool because I mean, a lot of students here use LinkedIn, and LinkedIn is such a very, big platform. Yeah. So I think that is like so creative. Yeah. And like, I think all of us want to say thank you for bringing that,
Yes. And honestly, I feel so happy on like the turnout on like how many people have used it so far. Like, of course, it's not like a big, Silicon Valley, 500,000 users. We're not there yet.
We're not there yet.
But I definitely like want to keep growing the different types of creators that are recommended, because right now it's focused on like technology creators, people in technology, career consulting, because that's what I know. But like I would love to like keep adding people from other fields as well, so it's not just something for the techies, but for everybody.
Yeah. Okay, I love that. But you got to keep me posted on how that's going. Yes. So I also heard that you reached out to LinkedIn.
Oh my gosh.
And you got to meet with them. Yeah. So I want to know like how that meeting with LinkedIn went, because meeting with like LinkedIn executives, that's huge.
I mean,
so I want to know. Give us the details.
So this is Honors College exclusive. This is the first time I've ever talked about this in public.
Guys, you're gonna get the juicy
scoop. So I guess like one of my marketing tactics was to tell people like, guys, like, let's try to get like 10 minutes with a LinkedIn, someone who works at LinkedIn who's working in product. And like, for example, like product managers, their job is to listen to users' feedback and implement solutions for like the users that they like. And so because I knew that, I'm like, I'm going to try to target the leaders in product managers. And I actually got to meet the director of product for content creators on LinkedIn. So this was the exact
like the person,
not just like a random leader, but the exact leader
person you needed.
I needed. And so I actually had like a 30-minute call with him, and I gave him like a presentation of like, hey, this is what I've been working on. I surveyed 66 students. They told me about this experience on LinkedIn, and this is how we can make it better. And he was like looking at my presentation. I was just like, why is this random student? Like, mind you, this is an executive from New York. He has like back-to-back meetings.
He's like busy. He's like booked and busy. And he's like,
I have multi-million-dollar contracts that I could be looking at right now, but no, I'm gonna listen to this computer science student. And he was looking at me. He's like, oh wow, and he was taking notes, and he was looking. I was like, oh, actually, this is really good. Like, let me connect you with this person, etc. And we just had a really great conversation because he really loved the concept of having like human vetted content discovery, of like when you're discovering content on the internet right now, it's just based off like what you like and what you see, but it's never about like what another human recommends. And when you're learning something, like as a student, we go to like Rate My Professor to see which professor is good. And so if you go to Fix Your Feed, it's like you already know that all the professors or all the content creators already been vetted by a real human. So he was like, oh wow, that's such an interesting concept.
Which is like a good thing, because right now everything's like AI and like all that. So it's good to have some like
humanity into it.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then I actually had like a follow-up call with him, and he's like, he was giving me like ideas on like how to monetize it, how to grow it, because he's like, like I know that for you right now it's like a side project, but this is something that could be really beneficial.
Like it's a very like
for
very
your career
important,
if you want to like grow as a product manager, because he's been in product for a long time. He used to work as a founder. He used to work in startups. He's like, like at LinkedIn, like we typically like if we want to acquire a company, that you're definitely more at the later stage, but like if you keep going, like please keep me updated, etc.
Look at that.
And so now I'm just like, okay, so now I know what it would be like if I were actually a founder trying to pitch to like a bigger company for like an acquisition or something like that I actually need to put in more work to get more of those metrics that people like it. And so far, at the smaller scale that it is right now, people do like it. And so for me, it's just about growing Fix Your Feed beyond just students, beyond just computer science, so that it's actually a tool that not only is beneficial for us, but for more people who are going on the platform.
Look at that. Oh my God, what a cool story. But I feel like that it was such a great, I'm so happy like that the conversation went well, especially with such like a prominent like person.
And imagine like, getting career advice from someone like at the top of their like of
that
their
is
game.
super like that is super like cool and also like very helpful, at least for you as someone who like wants to continue to grow as like a in tech and entrepreneurship and all of that. So I feel like that's very good, and I feel like that's also like something that we've said a lot in the podcast in previous episodes of like you have to put yourself out there. Like I feel like I've seen that a lot with you, like you're constantly putting yourself out there and like reaching for those opportunities because they're out there, but you just have to like really like sometimes just work for them, you know, to make it happen.
And I think that students feel like, oh, because I'm a student, then like my input isn't valuable or like my work is not valuable. But I'm just like, girl, you're in college. You got selected to be in college for a reason. Like you didn't do your SATs for nothing. Hello, like
True. You just spend all that time studying for nothing.
You're not doing your SAT just for your bright futures, the refund. You need to actually like use your knowledge to build something great for people and actually talk about it, because you do have like your words do matter, and you never know what kind of connections that you can make from telling people about what you're building or doing.
I completely agree. And continuing on this subject of like putting yourself out there, getting, you know, all these opportunities. I saw that you attended the Grace Hopper celebration in 2025, which is one of the biggest events in tech. Can you tell us how you were able to attend this event and get access to like go? How did that happen?
I mean, like, everyone, I didn't think that it was gonna get big as I thought it would, but, like, it did.
It did.
It was, like, it was so funny because, I'll say it at the end, but it was 5 days before the conference, and I'm like, I'm a career advisor, so I should know better. Like, I knew that there were scholarship opportunities for Grace Hopper, but because I was so focused on building Fix Your Feed, I did not allocate time to do myself as a student. I'm like, wait, I'm still a student. I couldn't apply the thing.
Dang it.
Dang it, I missed the deadline. And I'm like, okay, shoot. I'm just going to send 50 cold emails to, like, random brands, people, wherever. And then I posted about it on my TikTok, on my LinkedIn, and on my Instagram of, like, this is my 1 minute pitch if I were to pitch to like a brand to like sponsor me to go. And a friend of mine from FIU, actually, she messaged me and she's like, hey Coral, I know you're like trying to look for contacts, like try this contact, like they might be able to help you out. And that person was someone that worked at Grace Hopper. And mind you, this is like 5 days before the conference, so all of these people probably get back-to-back emails. And she saw my message and she's like, actually, let me see what I can do. That's like corporate speak for like,
I'm gonna help you out.
I'm gonna help you out, but like I can't.
It's not for sure. Yeah,
it's not for sure yet. I can't tell you yet. And she managed to tell me, she's like, actually, I love your energy and what you're doing. I'm gonna give you a free ticket. I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be so amazing. And then another person from FIU, an alumni, she was like, hey Coral, I love what you're doing with the Grace Hopper thing. Like, do you have a room yet? And she's like, I'm like, oh no, I don't have a hotel room. She's like, I can help you out. You can like come sleep with me. And I'm just like, oh my god,
everything is like falling into place.
And I'm just like, the internet says like, oh yeah, Coral, she got like a full sponsorship, etc. I'm just like, no, it was my FIU community.
My FIU community got
FIU
your back.
family actually came in clutch at the end of the day.
Oh my
and it
gosh.
was such an amazing experience that like one of the people from Grace Hopper, what's it called? A journalist from there, she's like, oh yeah, let's talk about your story. And now when you go to like anita.org and you search my name, you'll find the whole story
of how it happened.
And it was so good. I had such a good time at Grace Hopper.
I'm so happy to hear that. And I mean, this is what we keep telling you guys, the community here at FIU, like it's so important. Clutch. Like it feels like almost like a family. We're all a family. Like even if you don't talk to people, just like the connection of like you went to FIU, I went to FIU, like
let's help each other out. You know, my little sister, she goes to University of Miami, and she's like, I feel like I'm in an out-of-state school. Like, it's very different. And I feel bad now because, like, they just lost the game, I think, recently.
Yeah.
But at least, I think Fernando, he's from Miami.
Yeah, he
so
is.
We're
Technically Miami.
Technically Miami.
Yeah.
But either way, like, when you're...
I get that because I feel like FIU is also, like, a very commuter school.
Yeah.
Like, there's international students who have it, but, like, again, it feels very close because we're all, like, from here. Like, we drive to here. Like,
I'm like, I literally live, like, down the street, like...
we all understand the traffic.
Yeah.
Like, we all like live in that struggle, but I feel like we're such, like, a family.
Yeah.
And, like, it, again, like, your story really just, like, proves that even more of, like, we just want to help each other out.
Yeah, and I think that you will not find that, like, as much any other place in the U.S. And I think that people, when they first come to FIU, they think, like, oh, like, FIU is, like, the state school that everybody goes to.
Yeah.
But I think at the end of the day, FIU is what you make of it. And if you take the time to build relationships, you will see how those relationships can help you out later in your later stages of your career or your collegiate life. And I feel like making friends here it's so nice.
It's so nice.
Like, it's such a good thing.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Okay,
We're back.
We're back. So now I'm going to move on to my next question. You've already got the chance to work with companies like Deloitte, Dell Technologies, and UKG while still being a student. How did you prepare for these roles, and in what ways did the Honors College help you feel industry ready? Because these are all very big companies.
Yeah.
Like, as a student, I feel like it's almost, it can be a little bit intimidating. So how did the Honors College help you feel ready to take on these internship opportunities?
Well, I will say that, like, every single internship that I've gotten has been a result of, like, me getting rejected a lot of times, right? I think that when you're thinking about applying to an internship as a student, there's, like, a couple things that you need. You need to show that you're good academically. You have to show that you are a leader on campus. I think having projects where you showcase your leadership, your impact on your campus community, and also have, like, your own personal projects that you're building to show your technical skills.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give a shout out to a friend of mine. His name is David Ulloa. I knew him, like, he graduated in 2025, but I've met him like when I was in, like, sophomore year, and we were both doing, like, a coding project together with a big team teammates, and he was also in the Honors College. And, like, I saw his drive and his need to, like, want to do well for himself and also helping others in the community. He later became, like, the president of the largest tech org on campus. And I just, like, seeing that progression live, like, motivated me as well. Because other students at FIU, like, yes, they're motivated, but, like, there's something about, like, honors college students that are much more motivating. And it's people like him and other people that I've met at FIU and the FIU tech community that kind of helped me be like, okay, this is what you can do so you can get an internship. These are the steps that you should do. These are the organizations and communities you should join. And that motivated me to start getting involved on campus, to start, you know, doing more than just being in the classroom. And so I guess that's how I would, like, phrase it. Not so much like the college itself, but just like the students from the college who are helping each other out in that way. And because of that, I was able to, you know, learn how to do a great resume, and I got my first internship at Deloitte. And then after Deloitte, I wanted to, you know, get another internship. And so I learned about an opportunity here at FIU to do a case competition, and I applied and I got in, and then that competition gave me my Dell Technologies internship, right? And then for UKG, UKG was a product management internship, and that's a little bit different than software engineering because product management, you're more of, like, the conductor. You work with different specialists who are technical or people from design and engineering to help them all together to make a product. Because the software, the websites that you see are not just built by coding. There's different teams that are needed in that pipeline. And so product manager, what they do is they work with all of those different teams to make sure it happens.
Got it.
And I literally was like doing so many rounds of product management interviews at other companies, and I got rejected so many times. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm never gonna get a role. But then I actually ended up getting it because the recruiter from UKG, she knew me because she saw me being involved on campus. She saw me, you know, giving back to the FIU tech community. And she's like, oh, I actually attended one of your workshops and I think what you're doing is great. And I told her like, oh, I applied to this role. And she's like, oh my gosh. We should definitely have you in our internship.
Talk. Yeah, oh my God.
Yeah, and because of that allowed me to be like one of 8 interns from the whole US to be a product management intern at UKG.
That's crazy.
So it's really about like it's about what you make of it. I think top communities, like if you're a computer science student at FIU, definitely check out Init. Definitely check out Breakthrough Tech. Definitely, if you're more on that entrepreneurship side, check out Startup FIU. I think there's different people that you will meet in those communities that are going to help you out in like the technical sense. And then there's going to be a point where you're going to be so good at it that now you also have to give back and mentor others. So being a teaching assistant, you know, helping people with their resumes, you helping people, you know, organizing events. It's not just about you receiving, but also giving back. And then after you give back and have those results, that's when you get the most opportunities. And it's so funny because it's like everyone thinks about like what's in it for me, but then once you start doing things for others, it feels actually so rewarding. It's so rewarding, and you actually get more than trying to just get. Yeah.
No, I feel that too as well, because I mean, as you guys may have heard and all of that, I'm very involved in the pre-law community. So for me, I'm like learning a lot from you about the computer science community and just the tech community. But I'm very involved in the pre-law community. And like, again, as a first gen student, like my parents had no clue about anything lawyer related. Like, or what it is to like be a pre-law student. So I have had to learn a lot of it on myself, like on my own. And then now that I've learned so much, I'm like, okay, I've messed up here, like I've, you know, encountered like obstacles here. I want to help others so that they don't make the same mistakes or like go through the same like hardships that I had to go through. And honestly, it's like so rewarding, like just seeing people be like, oh my God, like I did this because you told me to, and like it's helped me so much, like thank you. And like it's just like, oh, I'm so glad to hear that, you know. But, and as you've like been saying, like being deeply involved on campus, it's super important, and you've definitely been involved and you served as a career advisor for other students. Why is mentorship and giving back such an important part of your journey, especially to those within the honors college community?
I mean, I will be straight up. It is not easy to be involved on campus, get a technical degree, and get a job. I think that like even in this podcast, even in this podcast, you see me all relaxed and fun, and I'm thinking back, I'm like, oh wow, yes, I did that. But like when I was in the process, girl, like when I was like doing interview prep,
living by a Google Calendar. That's
I'm over here doing like product interviews at like 9 a.m. all the way to like 5 p.m. Or like if I'm involved on campus, I've been on campus from like 7 a.m. all the way to late night because I'm in the e-board for, you know, this club, and I have to get things, do these things, and like having to deal with people because I'm not the only passionate person in like an organization. There's multiple passionate people, so not only you have to like navigate different relationships, and then things happen, and then you're like, and then in your internships as well, you have to deal with like your manager, and like you're like anxious. And so there's been many times where, I'll be frank, like there's times that I've cried, there's times where I struggled, there's times where I failed, there's times where I was embarrassed and I was rejected. But throughout all those processes, all those failures, I learned so much. I learned more from my failures than my wins. And like I can understand how sometimes you see people who are very accomplished and you see them just thriving and all of that, but then you look at them, like I've met some people who are like working at Google right now, but when they were in FIU, they were like hustling and they were grinding and they were doing the most. But because they had that, they had that that fire within themselves of like, we are first generation, we are the people who are going to break the cycles in our families. We're probably going to be the first people who's ever been in a corporate office. We're probably going to be the first people who are ever going to be in leadership or start our own companies, because in Latin communities or other communities that might not be as common, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't happen. And so sometimes you do have to go a little bit above and beyond so you can feel secure. And there's times I did go a little bit overkill, like I didn't have to do too much, but I'm glad I did, because like either way I learned so much throughout that process of being involved on campus, while being in school, while navigating relationships, because I'm able to see the fruits of my labor now. Like everything is
like hard work pays off.
Yeah,
like,
it's more like compound interest. So like it's not that you have to study like one time, you have to study 1,000 times, and the time it takes for you to study 1,000 times might be like 4 years of school. So like just because you go to the library one day does not mean you're gonna get a law degree. Like no, girl, no, you have to like put in the work consistently over time, and in those first few years you're not gonna see any fruit, you're not gonna see anything, but you're gonna see it more. Like I think after like 4 years you actually tend to see the fruits of your labor. I'm just like, now I feel relaxed. But choral, sophomore year choral, junior year choral, my girl was stressed. Okay, but I feel happy now, and I feel like I want to give reassurance to any student out there who feels like they're behind or feels pressure or feels anxiety while they're trying to do their best at college. Like, please, like, reach out to someone. There's so many resources here on campus. Like the mental health help as well. Like they have, I think CAPS is very helpful. There's different like
even also in like the honors college, like here, like we have advisors, we have people that you can talk to depending on like your major. So it's like
you're not alone here. You're not alone, and definitely like reach out for help, because it is hard, but it's not impossible.
There you go. Yeah, I love that. And like, unfortunately, we're getting close to the end. Yeah. So, for my final question, I want to ask for current or future FIU Honors College students, right? Yes. What advice would you give them on making the most of their honors experience and creating real world impact?
You have to, if you're a student coming into college for the first time, and this is not just for honors college students, this could be for any university student, you have to understand that you're not in high school anymore where people give you a schedule of what to do every day. Right now, you're entering a playground to set yourself up for early adulthood, for your 20s. And that means that you're going to start practicing what it's like to be a real adult, but you still have like help and constraints of a university environment. So in terms of like, you have to be the person who architects your experience. It's not that things will come to you. It's more like you plan the house that you're going to build. You're going to lay a brick every single day, and then by the time you graduate, you're going to have that beautiful house that you planned and executed it. And the good thing about execution is that you don't have to execute alone. You can have a community of people. There's many different organizations on campus that can help you build that house that you want so that you can set yourself up for the future. So when you're coming to FIU, like, I would say in the beginning, definitely speak with your advisor and plan out like your years here at FIU so you can graduate on time. Make sure that you apply to the scholarships that are at FIU. I've gotten like please do, because those refunds. Yes. If you're not gonna do it for anything, do it for the refunds. Yeah. Those refunds are nice. But like, go like search for the scholarships here in South Florida. There's like Bright Futures, there's Golden Scholars. The Honors College also offers different scholarship opportunities so that you're not in debt.
And there's FIU. No reason to. I feel like there's no reason to.
No, at FIU.
And here in Florida, like just in general, there's so many scholarship opportunities and like, help, like financial help that is given to students, that I'm like, if you just, again, you have to really work and put yourself out there and just be on top of that. And there's no reason to graduate, at least undergrad, in debt.
Yeah, there's no reason. And so that's would be like the basics. And then also understand that like everyone in your classroom is part of your network. So like I ended up becoming like close with one of my teaching assistants in one of my classes, like becoming friends and stuff. So it's not just about like you coming to class and going home. It's about coming to class, saying hello to your neighbors, saying hello to your professor, asking your professor, do they have research opportunities, or like asking your peers, like, hey, do you know about like internship opportunities? Oh, how did you do on this OA? How did you do in your interview? Let like help each other out, because like building, I would say, if building a house in terms of like getting a great job or setting yourself up well for your future, were like both the same thing, I would say, okay. Sorry, let me say that again. I would say if you want to set yourself up for the future, it's more like you're building up a house. And if you want to build that house, you definitely first need to start by planning. Like definitely plan, use notebooks, study with friends, have a community of people that can help you execute, and then also execute. Like don't be afraid to do things even if you don't know everything. Like right now I may know a lot of stuff, but at the time I was making decisions, I didn't have all the answers, but I knew where I wanted to go, and so I took action even if I didn't have the answers.
You took like a leap of faith.
Yeah, you have to take leaps of faith. You have to take risks, because there's a lot more that you don't know than what you do know, and then the more you find out, it's like a little scavenger hunt, just like, oh shoot, there's more of this that I need to find out.
Or and like, okay, this didn't work because of this, so now I know for the next time or for the next like you know job I apply to, like what to do and what not to do. Yeah.
And like your college life is not just about getting a job, but it's about like learning how to navigate relationships as a young adult, learning how to deal with difficult classes, how to study well, how to learn new subjects, how to actually be excited about the things that you're learning, because not everyone gets the privilege of an education. So definitely take advantage of it, because the people who do take advantage of FIU in the community, they get all the benefits.
Yes.
All the benefits.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
And Coral, thank you so much for sharing your story.
Aw, thank you so much for having me.
Of course, like your insights and your impact with us today. You know, you truly represent what the FIU Honors College is all about, which is using curiosity, knowledge, and opportunity to build for good.
Yes.
So thank you so much for coming. And of course, guys, I have to plug in all of our social media before we leave. So you can find the podcast Panthers Unleashed on Spotify and on YouTube. So if you don't have a Spotify account, no worries, because you can find us on YouTube at the FIU Honors College YouTube page. It's under the podcast playlist Panthers Unleashed. There's all the episodes are posted there. And you can also follow us at FIU Honors on Instagram, where you can find internship opportunities, any events that the Honors College is offering, any news that comes out. We post everything and at all times, everything and anything on there. So make sure to follow us on there as well. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next episode. And as always, guys, pause up.
Pause up.